Hi, my name is Don Geller. I've been a resident of Polk County, Florida for 30 years. In 1994, we purchased a commercial office building on 740 South Florida due to growth in our business. We had the building until 2007. I was bought out by the franchisor, and subsequently the franchisor leased the building back to me for 6 years. They left, and I leased it again until 2016 to a very large local title company. We've had our CPA in town, Mr. Hammock, and he said, I asked Steve, and I said, Steve, if you had to sell your office building, who would you go to? And without hesitation, he said, Gary Ralston. I came away and I felt, boy, that's the most cerebral real estate agent I have ever met. And I say that fondly. I was presented with a very thorough analysis, not just on my building, obviously, but Central Florida, where growth was coming from, and what kind of feel that the property would get for us in a way, and how what was the intrinsic value of the property. We had initial bite, and actually we had a lot of good feedback from people that he knew in the area. He knows a lot of people, so that's a plus. And that fell through very quickly, but we got a very outstanding, viable buyer. They were very interested in property, and with some slight haggling, we basically got our price. Well, we ran into some environmental problems. Unbeknownst to us, we found out that there was a gas station, which was the original structure. And obviously we all thought at the same time that there's probably buried deep in the property, gas tanks. Gary and David put together a program to resolve this issue, fact find, and we had a meeting in his office. And from that meeting, we were able to learn about an attorney in Tallahassee that specializes in these kind of situations. And Gary and David, and in fact, I must include my attorney in this mix, worked diligently to get me into a program with the state, with this attorney in Tallahassee, to resolve the issue. While this was going on, and quite understandably, the original buyer left the process, and I can certainly appreciate that. But Gary and David never stopped looking for other buyers while we're going through this fairly lengthy process. Right after the other buyer walked. Well, Gary and David identified another buyer. They were a little wary initially about the environmental issues, but they worked diligently to show them that we had the proper paperwork, that the issue was resolved, and we went to closing. Now that the situation is over and looking back, I applaud the hard work that Gary and David did. I could never have done this by myself, and I kind of doubt that any other commercial realtor in the city of Lakeland could have done the kind of job that they did for myself and my wife.